Hello, my name is Kendall and welcome back or welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're doing a fun journal with me video, and this one's a little bit longer because it is for the months of March, April, and May. I hope you enjoy this journal with me. Feel free to put it on in the background. Feel free to turn off the audio and just have it on while you're journaling. Listen to me chat about books and my journaling process, and let me know if you enjoy this type of video. Welcome back to my journaling station. Today we are going to be updating my journal for the past 2 months because April was just crazy busy for me and I did not have time to update my journal. So let's just get right into it, and this will kind of be just like a chatty ASMR journal with me. So if you're new here, this is a journal from the Small Business Heaven Studio, which I'll link in the description. Super cute design here on the cover, and the pages are dotted and are pretty thick, and I really have enjoyed using this journal. I don't have a lot of yearly spreads to update, but I do have a few. So we will start here. So we have 2025, and let's see here. In terms of series, in the month of March, so long story short, I recorded clips through literally the whole month of March and edited the entire video on my iPad until I was on the last clip. And when I got to the last clip, since I've been editing that clip, it crashed and I have not been able to reopen that video. It was probably like 40-minute long finishing series vlog, and I literally can't access any of the stuff that I edited. So I'm not sure yet if I'm going to try and remake the video in a different editing software or if I'm just going to kind of move on and make some more new videos. But I did focus on finishing some series over the month of March. So I am using Crayola Super Tips for some of this. These are just, easy. You can find these at any store, and I like that you can get lots of colors. So I read The First to Die at the End, which is the second book, or the prequel to They Both Die at the End, and I have 3 boxes here because he's coming out with a third book. I'm not exactly sure when, but he is coming out with a third one. So I get to fill this in. I also read the sequel to If He Had Been With Me, so I get to fill this one in. And I actually reread Divine Rivals, and then I started reading Ruthless Vows, but I have not finished that yet. So this is still empty, and then I'm actually currently reading Things We Left Behind, so this one hopefully I can fill in soon. Then we have my stats. I won't be filling this out until the end of the year, and in terms of goals, I'm still on track to finish reading 15 books. I'm currently at 11 books for the year, and it's the beginning of May, so I'm on track. And then completing 2 series, I already did that. Woo! So I can actually check this one off. That's so exciting. Use Reading Journal monthly. I didn't do it last month, but I'm still continuing to try and do it as often as possible, at least once a month. And reading more scripture, I also have been doing, which I am proud of. So now we have our book log. This is pretty simple. I just write down the name of the book, author, and give my star rating. So I track everything on my Fable, which will be linked in my description. If you don't have Fable, it is a really great book tracking app. You can track movies, TV shows, books, and basically just connects you to other people in those communities who have read those books, who have read similar books, who have similar tastes as you, and it's a really great way to just see other people's reviews on books and talk to people about books. So I've been really liking it, and that's how I track everything, because I don't have a Goodreads or anything. So it's been a while since we updated this because I haven't done March or April. We have 4 books to add. First is only next time I make my book journal, I'll have to make more space for this part. Something else that I'm also trying to work on with this notebook is it doesn't have to be perfect. I've struggled with perfectionism in the past, especially with journaling and scrapbooking, and for this I just want it to be a fun way to track what I've read. And it really annoys me that I didn't leave enough space here for the book titles and stuff, but I'm just accepting it and still just, having fun with this. And I think it's a good way to try and break out of my sort of perfectionist shell. So again, with the super tip, I'm just going to do my stars. So let's see here. We have 4 stars, 3.5, 4.5, and 5 stars. And then I like to outline all the stars. All right, so we're going to go to my March spread. I've been keeping it the same month per month, and so we're going to start by updating March. I like to use this Muji 0.5 pen for just writing. These are really nice, and I've had this for a really long time. I feel like it's lasted me a while. So in March, we are going to start with the books read, which was 4 books. I'm actually going to use my green pen for this. Pages read, let's calculate this. So after adding up the pages, I read 784 physical pages, and then I actually listened to The First to Die at the End and First Time Caller. So in total, those two were 22 hours and 19 minutes. My favorite book of the month was definitely Divine Rivals, which was actually a reread, but I really, really enjoyed it. And I'm so glad that I reread it. And then for my reading log, I keep track of this on Fable as well, because they have a streak tracker, which is really motivating for reading. So in March, I almost read every day, which is my goal. So what I like to do is just circle every day that I read for the month. So I did a pretty good job in March. Lastly, we have my March TBR, which I did technically get to all these books. So we have If Only I Had Told Him, which I read. Ruthless Vows, which is a soft DNF right now, but I did start it. And then lastly, The First to Die at the End, which we read. Then for each month, I like to put in short reviews of each book that I read. My Fable has long reviews of each book because I like to post not only updates while I'm reading, but when I'm done, I log it and I write a pretty lengthy review about most of my general thoughts. For this, I usually just write about a sentence or two, and I put the length and star rating and the dates that I read it in. So for the month of March, we have 4 books. So I'm going to cut these out. This is sticker printer paper. I use the zinc printer, but I don't even know if they sell it anymore. I know that there are a lot of mini photo printers out there, and that's basically the same as this. And it's really nice because the backing is a sticker, so all I have to do is cut it and then I can peel it. Alright, I'm going to stick these in here in the order that I read them. This book was definitely more of a slower read throughout the whole month because I was just listening to it on audio. And this one also took me a couple weeks because I got really busy in the middle of this month, but I did still get through it. And then I just like to write a 1 to 2 sentence review under each book. Here I have Emotional Read. I loved the different POVs and especially Jack's grief and Autumn's motherhood. Flew through it. First time caller, I have definitely a cutie romance. I didn't connect to the characters as much, but loved the setting, radio combos, and cute ending. Lastly, for Divine Rivals, I fell back in love with her writing, this world, and the characters. A beautiful story and loved the setting. The ending, though, because it did leave off on a bit of a cliffhanger, and you're kind of just left wondering what's going to happen in the next book. Alright, and then the last book from March was The First to Die at the End, and I finished this technically, I think, on the 1st of April, but I'm still going to count it as a March read because that's when I listened to most of this book. And lastly for this book, I simply have, wow, this story touched my heart and was so beautiful and human. Now for a little bit of decorating. And then I just like to add a short statement at the end about my reading this month. Alright, so we have finished our March spread. And now we are going to make a quick April spread. Unfortunately, April was not as successful as a month for me reading wise, but I'm still going to make a spread for it because why not? A little bit of a lighting change now that the sun is going down, but I'm going to start with the cover page, and I'm going with purple for April. So I went for a sort of rainy theme here, and it definitely rained a lot in April by me, and thankfully the weather is starting to get a little nicer. It's starting to be a little warmer and sunnier, but the phrase is definitely true: April showers bring May flowers. So I can actually fill this in right away because it is now already May 7th, which is crazy. But April, I kind of fell off a little bit, guys. Not gonna lie. School was just so busy and I did not have a lot of time to read. I also didn't pick out an audiobook for the month. So even when I would usually maybe have time to listen to an audiobook, I was not. So I actually didn't even finish a full book in April. I did start Things We Left Behind, so I'm gonna put like 0.5 because I didn't not read it all, but I didn't really finish anything. So like I said, I did not read a lot in April. I did not read at all, but I also kind of lost track of my streak that I was keeping up, so I don't actually for sure know what exact days I read except for a few of them. So I'm just gonna like put one here and there because I didn't not read it all, but like I said, I wasn't very consistent. I did make a TBR for April, even though I didn't really get to any of them. So I'm still gonna put those books on here that I did make. I have an Instagram account, Bookstagram account, called kendalls.nook, and over there you can check out what I'm reading. I posted a reel at the beginning of April with some romance TBR books, so I'm gonna put those on here as well. So we got this one as started, and then these three are still on my TBR. I like to add a little sticker to the bottom of the page here. There we go. And then, as I've mentioned, the only book I read was Things We Left Behind. So I'm going to leave these blank for now because I'm not done with the book quite yet. Oh shoot, that says May. That's not right. Just going to embrace the mistakes. Alright. I have been journaling for about an hour now. I'm getting a little fatigued, but I want to finish the setup for May so that when we come back at the end of the month, it's easy to fill out. Also, the reason why I printed this one out is because I'm hoping to read this sometime soon with my friend. I'm gonna do one last time lapse of our May spread. Alright, last thing is my May TBR. So, it's summer now. Yay! If you didn't know, I'm a music student in college, and so April was just crazy, and finally I have more time now to read. So, that's one thing. Second thing is that I always go on a trip with my family up north for a few days, and there's a lot of reading involved in that trip. So, it might be ambitious, but I want to continue the ACOTAR series now that I have time and maybe finish it. So, I'm gonna put that. Sorry about that, my camera died, but I wanted to do a final flip through of everything we did today. So, we got to update 2 series, cross off one of our goals, build out the book log, completed my March spread with 4 different books, completed my April spread with just 1 book, and finished the May spread, which is ready to go for the end of this month. And I added The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna because I'm planning on buddy reading this with a friend, and Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross because I started it but did not finish it in March. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and let me know if you would like to see more journal with me's in the future. So that is it for this journal with me. Let me know if you'd like to see these every month or if I should do like every other month. I'm filling out my reading journal every month anyway, so it's pretty easy to film and then edit. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to follow me along on my reading journey on my Fable, which will be in my description, and my Instagram account, Kendall's Nook. I will see you guys in the next YouTube video. Bye!